New York Times Pulitzer Prize-winning columnist Jim Stewart mentioned he's seen it all. His latest column, I became a disciplined investor over 40 years. The virus broke me in 40 days. Jim, that's quite a statement. How many crashes have you been through, and why is this one different?
Well, 4, I guess, starting with 1987, which, I panicked after that, and I sold everything. Jim Cramer will remember that.
Yes,
because,
I do, James. I do.
Been investing together. And then I sat on the sidelines while the thing shot up, and I realized, oh, my God, what a stupid mistake that was, the proverbial selling low. And so I vowed never to do that again. And then I went through the tech bubble where I had the opposite problem. I didn't sell, but I didn't do anything else. I just sat there while my portfolio went down. And then finally I came up with a strategy. I've talked about it on CNBC in the past, where I buy a 10% decline. I put that into effect. It was tough, but I did it in the financial crisis, and it worked beautifully. We had of course, we had a 10-year record bull market, which eventually it all reached new highs. Everything I bought turned out to be profitable. I thought, isn't that great? So I'm ready. I'm ready for the next crisis. It hit, and, was I ready? No. And I was thinking about it, and I just thought, look, I'm going to write about this and just be really honest, because it's so easy to have a rational plan when the world isn't, turned upside down. And then when it does, Jim, Sarah, you've all lived through this. To actually act on a rational plan at times like that, it's so hard.
But you did,
and
in that
all
piece,
my rules
James,
just went out the window.
But, Jim, that piece was so good. Karen Kramer texted me this morning, old friend of yours, and said, geez, Jim Stewart is really doing it right, which is to say, take the emotion out of it. Think longer term. And we're not so young anymore, James, but you're still thinking longer term, which I think is great. And then, I know you said at one point, I looked at the prices. Oh, my God. Don't look at the prices. If you're thinking about buying a company like PepsiCo, you don't need to look at the prices every minute. That's why I thought the column was fabulous. And everybody has to read that column because you lay it all out. You're one of the few people who ever admits that you might have made a mistake. We have people coming on air. James, it's incredible. They've never made a mistake, and yet they still have time to come on air. Isn't it something?
I know. Well, I can't imagine any worse way to go through something like this. And again, let me say, obviously we all have bigger things on our minds than just how our finances are doing. But I think you can be compassionate, you can be concerned, you can be reaching out, you can be trying to help people. It's not inconsistent with trying to make some smart decisions about how you handle your personal finances. But I can't think of a worse way to spend this period than glued to my portfolio, clicking on, oh, my God, what torture that would be. Well, and one of the reasons I was so shocked when I did look, by the way, was the international part of it. Everybody was talking all this. Most of the headlines are, U.S. market does this, U.S. market does that. But the international markets have been so much worse. I was stunned when I saw those declines.
James, I should have mentioned this immediately. Benjamin's friend, who's 40 and in Madrid, my daughter's in Madrid now. How is he doing? Because Madrid is now the epicenter, worst city on earth. And I know that when Lisa saw that, she said, "Oh my, this is 40 years old. In a coma. Has he come out? Is he okay?"
Well, the good news, as I mentioned at the very end of the story, is he came out of the coma this past weekend after being in there for weeks. He's a healthy, talented. He's a professional violinist. He was in the pink of health, and this thing brought him down so fast. He got the virus, he was diagnosed, and the next thing I knew, I hear he's in the hospital and he's in a coma. Oh my God, it's over. That just sounds dire. But they hooked him up to all these machines, and he's hung in there, and he did come out. The doctors are saying it's going to be weeks and weeks and weeks before he's back to normal, but they're optimistic. So that's really great news.
That is the first great news I've heard.
He came so close to death.
Yeah,
it's a near death experience.
We got to stop thinking that it's just this 78-year-old person in Milan. That's what I think was a kind of a false
I know.
tell.
Even if it is the numbers are lower, who wants to roll that dice and say, am I the one who's going to be vulnerable? That's what's so scary about this is they say, oh, the symptoms are mild, and Boris Johnson says, oh, the symptoms are mild. But you don't know if you get it if they're going to be mild.